Hello, welcome back. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is my favorite movie trilogy of all time. But did you know that the Tolkienverse also continues beyond live action? What's more, before there were Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies in live action, there were cartoons. Today we are going to rank the animated Tolkienverse. And recently we had a new movie, War of the Rohirrim. So it's not just old movies today. Let's begin. Last we have The Return of the King from 1980. It's crazy that my favorite live-action movie of all time is Return of the King, because the worst animated movie of the Tolkienverse is without a doubt this atrocious movie. This really is a monstrosity. The history of this movie is more interesting than the movie itself. This movie is actually the unofficial sequel to the Ralph Bakshi movie, made by Rankin Bass, the studio that also made The Hobbit from 1977. This movie is childish and focuses mostly on the hobbits Sam and Frodo. Aragorn and Gandalf play supporting roles, and this also loses all the power that Tolkien wrote. The songs in this movie are mostly unbearably corny. The only bright spot in this mess is the song When There's a Whip, There's a Way. At the third place we have The Hobbit. This Rankin Bass movie is miles better than that piece of garbage we just discussed, but it's still not very good. At least this movie follows the story of the book very well and is a children's movie based on a children's book. The movie tells the entire story of the book and proves that Peter Jackson did not need 3 very long movies to tell this. That said, the animation style isn't great and the songs are mostly redundant. Bilbo and Gandalf are okay and so are the dwarves, but some of the orcs and elves look like they are monsters. Gollum is some kind of frog, and that's not really the intention, I think. The movie is true to the story, and for those who want to see it before they want to see the live action Lord of the Rings trilogy and skip Jackson's long Hobbit movies, I'll say give it a go. Our runner-up is the recent Lord of the Rings movie The War of the Rohirrim. I certainly wasn't looking forward to an origin story for Helm Hammerhand and his daughter Hera, which the filmmakers invented just to add a female character. But I was pleasantly surprised. I thought Hera was a strong character who really told a compelling story. Helm was cool, and actually the whole movie was more emotional and stronger than I could have imagined. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that the anime drawing style does not really belong to the Tolkien movies. But the best is still The Lord of the Rings from 1978. The only one of all these movies that I have known since childhood is the Ralph Bakshi movie The Lord of the Rings. Bakshi is not a good director. I find almost all of his movies awful, so I'll never make a ranking of his animated movies, but I can of course praise this one. This movie is not completely perfect. The combination of rotoscoping and real animation is sometimes strange, but it does work for the orcs and monsters. Frodo is stronger in this movie than in the Jackson movies, and the rest of the Fellowship is also well played. However, this movie only tells the first and second books of the trilogy, so there is no real ending. This movie is not a masterpiece, but I still have a soft spot for it, as it was a great inspiration for Jackson. So, that was the animated Tolkienverse ranking. I thank you for watching this video. and I'll see you next time. Bye. My precious.